right, yes, a beautiful morning to you guys and welcome to another moment talking sports. My name is Ruben Musago, RMG. I'll be your host and guide. This is a P&B Sport right here on your Politics and Business television. Today is the Wednesday's edition where we'll be looking at the Tokyo Olympics and also we'll be looking at Giuseppe Cero not answering Algerians FA as the FIFA body also has brought in a new friendly games in the FIFA windows. And also, we'll go to Samuel Autofields where he's having issues as the Cameroonian president of Football Association there. And we'll be looking at what Manchester City and Ellen Brute-Allen did last night. This goes and 5 for him. Kevin De Bruyne, the man won't stop assisting as he assisted 5 goals for the man there. And also we'll be looking at a cleansing of the FA Cup fixtures and also gossip and transfer scenes that is scheduled for today, Wednesday. All right, let's quickly go for a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be starting the program in full gear. Don't go nowhere. This is P&B Sport. Now let's go straight to athletics, where Tokyo Olympic 100 meters finalist Enoka Adegoke has set a target to break multiple records at the 13 African Games in Accra, Ghana. The 2019 African Under-20 100 meters champion expressed a readiness to surpass his personal best and high record-breaking future. I recall that Adegoke made history in 2021 as the first Nigerian man in 25 years to run the final of the 100 meters event at the Olympics after Davidson Ezenwa in 1996, speaking on the injury which derailed his ambition of finishing among the 3 medalists at the Summer Olympics Tokyo 2020. Adegoke said it was an opportunity to experience the grace of God. The Nigerian athlete who is training at the Moshood Abiola Stadium in Abuja ahead of the games preparation in top gear with the support of his coaches. He noted that he is dedicated to give his best to the game through hard work, discipline, and paying the ultimate sacrifice where needed. And now ahead of the upcoming indoor championship in Glasgow, Nigeria track star Tobibola Amusen has decided to skip the event for the 2023 games. The United States-based Amusen decided to skip the indoor games to avoid injuries and also to be ready for the upcoming African Games. Amusen is a professional athlete, and at this level, their managers and coaches choose to take part in to avoid injuries and burn out before major championships. But she will be back for the African Games. That I can assure you, barring and injuries which we don't want to pray for. So told newsmen out there. Now let's leave that gear. We'll go straight to the board of the Nigerian National League, NNL, after a 2-week extension of the mid-season transfer break, which ended on Tuesday, 6th of February 2024, has fixed Friday, 1st of March 2024 as the new date of actions to commence in the second stanza. News coming in, the Chief Operating Officer of the NNO, Dr. Ayo Abdulrahman, said all footballing associations in the state housing the 40 participating teams in the league have been duly informed with the view to ensure smooth and hitch-free chapter in the half. Dr. Abdurrahman, however, admonished the clubs to play according to the dictates of the NLL rules regulation and with the spirit of fair play uppermost in their minds. Well, shifting gear to the Nigerian Professional Football League, NPFL, board members have mapped out plans to ensure an incident-free Northwest derby in Katsina State between Katsina United and Kano Pillars. Reports having it that the move is informed by the history of a rivalry between the Northern West clubs and attendant fans incidents that follows their fixtures. Vincent Owumi The NPFL Chief Operating Officer clarified that the move is a preparative measures to guard against any uptown incident before, during, and after the match. At a memo to this effect addressed to two clubs and entitled Reprovisions of Adequate Security and Fan Control Measures, directed them to work with the NPFL Health Security to ensure hitch-free match. We write, he says, and I quote, we write to draw your attention to the perennial fan problem usually encountered in fixtures involving your two teams. We have therefore taken steps to avoid the match at day 22 fixtures at the Mohammed Dikko Stadium in Katsina State on Wednesday, February 28. However, the head of security, Henry Chijoke, will be physically present for the match to work with the state FA and two clubs towards ensuring adequate security and fan control measures in place. Omi said in a memo, and the NPFL COO expressed confidence that the measures are put in place and the proactive engagement with the two clubs would ensure a conducive atmosphere for match. He however said match commissioner has equally been put on notice to ensure strict adherence to security requirements and crowd control measures. Now, still maintaining NPFL Heartland FC technical advisor Christian Obi and club general manager Promise Nwachukwu has asked for the forgiveness of football stakeholders in Imo State to end their woes in the NPFL. Reports having that the club head coach has said that he has sued for peace among stakeholders for all footballing works towards the progress of Heartland FC and puts up a concerted effort to save the club from a precarious situation. The former Flying Eagles goalkeeper said during his peace party with management, technical crew, and other stakeholders ahead of the game with Plateau United and Akwa United that nothing works where people are working in a discordant tone. He charged all to put all their differences aside and let peace reign in Heartland FC, adding that he has forgiven everyone he felt had betrayed. He felt had betrayed him in the past, and that he expected more those that felt he offended them too to shield their swords for the interests of Heartland FC and Imo State. Well, quickly, let's go for a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be returning for the next stanza of the program. It is Politics and Business Sport right here, PNB Sport. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back from that quick break. Now, the draws of the Paris 2024 Olympic Football Tournament will take place on the 28th of March local time at the Pulse. That's 8 p.m. local time at the Pulse building in the French capital, which will serve as the headquarters of the upcoming games. The team that have already booked their places in the 12-team Women's Olympic Football Tournament and the 16-team men competition will find out their fate ahead of the games, which will be held from July 26th to August 11th. The Olympic football tournament will be held in Paris, Nantes, Bordeaux, Marseille, Nice, Saint-Etienne, and Lyon from 24 July, 2 days before the opening of the Olympic ceremony, to 10th of August, the day of the women's final. For the first time ever, the Olympic final tournament will culminate in the women's final, following semi-finals of the UEFA Women's and Nations League finals, in which Spain booked its Olympic ticket. There are 5 places for grabs for Paris 2024. The reigning world champions will be joined by host France, the United States of America, Brazil, Colombia, Canada, and New Zealand. After the Nations League final between France and Spain on Wednesday at 7 p.m. local time, the Netherlands and Germany will meet 8:45 p.m. for the third place of the encounter. Consequently, the last European ticket to this Wednesday sees the second leg of the AFC Women's Olympic Qualifier Tournament 2024, with both winners booking a ticket to Paris. Australia hosts Uzbekistan after a 3-0 win, a 3-0 loss in Tashkent, while Japan plays Olympic Qualifying Tournament 2024 takes place from 1st to 9th of April, with 2 places up for grabs from Monday to Wednesday. The second round quarterfinals have produced winners as Nigeria defeated Cameroon 1-0 on aggregate, and South Africa beat Tanzania 4-0 on aggregate after a 3-0 thrashing in the first leg. Other matches will be played between following pairs. Ghana versus Zambia. Zambia already holding on a 1-0 aggregate on the first leg, while Tunisia will take on Morocco. It was 2-1 it ended in the first leg, while Nigeria will face South Africa. Eventually, winners between Tunisia and Morocco will face the winners between Ghana and Zambia to produce the 2 countries that will represent Africa at the Olympic Games. In the men's competition, 12 teams have already qualified. Host France, the United States, the Dominican Republic, Spain, Israel, Ukraine, Morocco, Egypt, Mali, New Zealand, Paraguay, and Argentina, who beat Brazil, winners of the last 2 editions in the deciding match of the CONMEBOL Pro Olympic Tournament 2024. 3 places at Paris 2024 will be up for grabs at the AFC Under-23 Asian Cup 2024 in Qatar from 15th of April to May 3rd. Among the 12 participant teams, host Qatar, Australia, Jordan, Indonesia, Japan, South Korea, the United Arab Emirates, China, Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Thailand, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Vietnam, Kuwait, and Malaysia are among those teams, with Asia and Africa each having 3.5 places, where there will be a 2-legged play-off between the 4th place teams from the qualifying tournaments. Now, Guinea will represent Africa, and the Asian team will be decided at the AFC Under-23 Asian Cup in 2024. Now, African champions Bayana of South Africa confirmed their superiority over Tanzania with another win on Tuesday night in the Olympic Games. Reports coming in the South African side made a second leg in mere formalities after winning the opening leg convincing in Tanzania, and the second leg was held in Johannesburg on Tuesday evening, and it was the host that secured a 1-0 win. Tembi Gatanala netted the only goal for the game in the 58th minute and secured an easy passage for South Africa. It means they won both legs 4-0 on aggregate to set up a mouthful against Nigerians Super Falcons, who also won it against Cameroon 1-0. Out of now, let's go straight to Jose Pacero, the Nigerian Super Eagles coach. We are out of contract. Super Eagles coach Jose Pacero has revealed the reason he has refused to respond to offers on his tables after leading Nigeria to final offer the 2023 African Cup of Nations in Ivory Coast. The Portuguese gaffer has received numerous offers, but nothing concrete has been achieved. While speaking to Gold Media, Pacero confirmed that he has up to 7 offers, but from clubs and national team. Has been decided. He says, and I quote, "I told everyone to come back at the end of the month. What is certain is that I want to continue coaching and I need to choose wisely. At this moment, I repeat, all options remain possible. I receive a lot of options and a lot of contact from national teams or clubs. I would say 5 to 6 or 7. He revealed without revealing their identity. I let them all know that I needed to rest, and that when my contract expires, I will talk about it and start thinking about other projects and decided my future. For now, I need to take a break and be calm. But I will listen to the proposals and projects that are offered to me by other clubs and countries, and I evaluate them, and I like it or not. It's either I go or not." And that is the statement for Jose Pacero. But I still hope that he remains as the head coach of the Nigerian Super Eagles. Meanwhile, a few weeks after the completion of the 2023 African Cup of Nations, a crisis rocking the Federation of Cameroon football after have reached a greater height as the president is set to name the next coach of the indomitable Lions. Stakeholders across the country have continued to pile pressure on the president of the Fecafoot, Samuel Eto'o Fields, following the poor outing of the country at the 2023 African Cup of Nations. The former Barcelona attacker was alleged to have imposed a rigorous song on the team, which did not go down well with stakeholders. A close source to the sports ministry in Cameroon confirmed that it is the presidency that will decide the next manager. There will be a call for application, and the various CVs received by Fecafoot will be examined by the technical commission. These will produce a short list. Probably the 3 names and the 3 finalists will be auditioned. Details of one of them, it is the presidency which will decide, as was done in the past. It was whosoever pays who decide. That is logical. This does not mean that Samuel Eto'o Fields would not have the opportunity to advocate for a candidate, but it is not him who would decide. And now this is the case that is going on in Cameroon after a whole lot of saga. And the last one, or the recent one, is that of the Songa, Robert Songa, who has been alleged to have been roaming around with forged diplomat coaching documents. And right now, there is also a trend coming in on social media, which we are yet to confirm how true is it, that Samuel Eto'o Fields was actually caught doing a match fixing. Well, if that case becomes eventually true, then sanctions will go on Cameroon president. Well, World Soccer Governing Body announced on Monday that the FIFA is establishing a new series of friendly matches in one side during the international season called the FIFA Series, with a trial project starting in 4 countries. Next month, FIFA will pay for travel expenses, and the series is intended to help national teams that do not have the chances to play teams from other confederations, even though there are no trophies or prizes money. The FIFA series will have a soft start in 4 countries, namely Saudi Arabia, Algeria, Azerbaijan, and Sri Lanka from March 8 to 26. Each of the 4 teams will play 2 matches while residing in the same area. And some countries have never played teams outside their confederation. Elkan Mamadou, FIFA's regional member association director for Europe, told reporters that they can give a competitive experience playing teams outside their own confederation, playing teams with a complete different style of play. Currently, he says, and I quote, we have 20 teams for the pilot edition. For the 2026 edition, we hope to have many more. 2 groups intended for nations that have never qualified for the FIFA World Cup will be hosted by Saudi Arabia. He, however, said that the matches will not feature the host teams at the next World Cup in the 2026. With 2026 World Cup will have 48 teams, which means you may have many member associations who never played in the World Cup play this time. And Kenny Jean Mari, FIFA's chief member association officer, says, and I quote, they may arrive in the U.S., Mexico, or Canada with no international experience outside their continent. Mamadou stated that in addition to looking into streaming games on the FIFA Plus platform, they are actively working on resolving television broadcast deals for the series. He clarified that since this event were taking place FIFA during the international break, FIFA had been no dispute with the confederations over the schedule. Larger teams may want to compete in the 2026 edition. And he says, and I quote, we have started discussions with high-ranked teams and they hope to play and even host the next edition in March 2026. There is interest to host, he says, with FIFA only felicitating and not organizing the tournament. Mamadou said that they were invited members association with their own sponsors on the ground to sponsor the series. But if companies approach to sponsor the FIFA series, FIFA will not close the doors. He added the FIFA series March 2024 would see Algeria, Bolivia, Andorra, and South Africa, while the Azerbaijan team will have Azerbaijan, Mongolia, Tanzania, and Bulgaria. And Sri Lanka, a team will be having itself Sri Lanka, Papua New Guinea, Bhutan, and Central African Republic. And Saudi Arabian team will have Cape Verde, Equatorial Guinea, Guyana, Cambodia. Group B, we have Guinea, Vanuatu. Those are the teams. And now let's travel to England in the English Premier League and in FA Cup, where Ellenbrook Allen has scored 5 in a stunning display of finishing as old as Manchester City trash Luton to reach FA Cup quarterfinals. It was a Norwegian's 8th hat-trick for City, and he also became the first player to score 5 goals in a game twice for the club. City opened the scoring in the 4th minute when Kevin De Bruyne, who assisted the first 4 goals, was allowed time and space to cut the ball back for Haaland to convert. The pair combined again in 15th minute later, with Haaland running on to a through ball before powering it past Luton goalkeeper Tim Krul. And it was a similar move that brought the third, only this time it with a delicate dinker to finish. Jordan Clark pulled one back for Luton with a stunning striker called beautifully into the top corner from 25 yards on the stroke of half-time, and gave Rob Edwards' side hope of a memorable comeback with a thumping finish 7 minutes into the second half. However, Pep Guardiola's team soon dashed those hopes when Kevin De Bruyne scored for Haaland to tap into an empty net after a superb pass from Kyle Walker and sent the Belgian midfielder clear. Haaland got his 5th, matching his effort against RB Leipzig in last season's Champions League last 16, when his low shot went straight through Krul, who then saw a long-range striker from Matthew Kovacic flash past him for the visitors 6-1. All right, Eden Howe in the other game spoke of his relievers. Newcastle edge past Blackburn in the penalty shootout to reach the quarterfinals of the FA Cup competition. The Magpies boss says they are desperate to win. Martin Duvraga was Newcastle hero at Edward Park, pushing Dominic Yam's penalty on to the post after also saving from Sami Zumudix, who had earlier scored in the normal time. Harvey Barnes missed his spot kicker for the English Premier League side, about Fabian Schär, Bruno Guimaraes, Elliot Anderson, and Anthony Gordon scored their attempts to take them through after a thriller. All right, we leave that shot. We go straight to Liverpool this time around, where Liverpool and Scotland left back Andy Robertson, who is 29 years old, is a top target for German champions Bayern Munich, as they plan to have a replacement Canada international Alphonso Davies, who looks set to join Real Madrid. Arsenal are concerned over Brazil striker Gabriel Jesus' injury record is a factor in their striker search, with Brentford's Ivan Toney, Napoli's Victor Osimhen, Bologna's Joshua Zirkzee, and Sporting Victor Gyökeres among the options. The Gunners are keen on 17-year-old Ajax defender Gerald Hato, but the Dutch club are hoping to tie him down to a new contract. As part of the deal to sign Kylian Mbappe, Real Madrid have also agreed to sign the France forward's younger brother, Eden, 17, from Paris Saint-Germain. Former Real Madrid manager Zinedine Zidane is a top of Sir Jim Ratcliffe's list to replace Eric Ten Hag as manager of United, and Brighton boss Roberto De Zerbi is also a potential candidate to replace the Dutchman in Manchester. Bayern Munich are also interested in Seagull's boss De Zerbi, with Bayern Leverkusen Xabi Alonso and former Germany manager Hansi Flick are other potential candidates. But Liverpool's Egypt winger Mohamed Salah and Manchester City's Belgium midfielder Kevin De Bruyne are the Saudi Pro League's main target this season, as Vincent Kompany's job is not under threat at Burnley. despite his team looking to return to the championship. Meanwhile, Barcelona are considering a move for Manchester United goalkeeper David De Gea, with the Spaniard currently a free agent and yet to have a club. Deportivo in Newcastle United and Tottenham Hotspur are keen to have a 25-year-old ancient Frankfurt striker Omar Mamouche, an Egypt international who has scored 10 goals in 8 games in the German Bundesliga this season. And Liverpool are interested in signing Porto and Argentine midfielder Alan Varela. Barcelona are interested in replacing Manja Zabi, who is leaving at the end of the season, with Inter Milan boss Simeone Inzaghi as a possible replacement. Quickly give you the matches that will be coming down later tonight, as Sassuolo will be taking on Napoli in 5:30 p.m. of the FA Cup. Chelsea will take on Leeds United 7:45 p.m. while Nottingham Forest will host Manchester United 7:45 p.m. and Wolves will take on Brighton. Liverpool will host Southampton ahead of the FA Cup 5th round to move them to the game. Now, this is the size of the package. Do well to join me tomorrow for sport. My name has been Ridwan Musa RMJ. I'm saying do have a pleasant week ahead of you and make sure you stay out of trouble. Bye for now.